Good evening, everyone. My name is Arihant, and here is my scene.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take a seat.
Thank you.
Okay, Arihant, just brief about yourself.
So my name is Arihant Jain. I'm a recently minted cost and management accountant. I have secured All India rank 25 in my final examination and All India rank 47 in my intermediate. As a person, I believe that I recognize what I need to do, and I always try and do things which are to my most benefit rather than what the society kind of expects me to. Like coming from a city like Kota, but I have not chosen to pursue science, but instead chose commerce because I believe that was better for my career. I ended up choosing an evening college over a morning college because I knew it would allow me to pursue my professional degree to a better extent. And similarly, choosing CMA over a degree like CA because I knew that it would be more easy for me to fulfill my career goals while doing CMA. As far as my hobbies are concerned, I really enjoy parliamentary debating and playing the piano.
Okay, so you chose CMA over CA. So in your research, did you find CA is a bad course?
No, sir. I believe as a professional, there is no such thing as a bad course. It is what suits you the best that you should choose upon that. For me, CMA, considering its limited time duration, was a better choice compared to CA.
Okay, so what was the major reason of choosing CMA over CA?
So my major reason was that I was able to do it alongside my graduation within 3 years, provided that I was able to do it in the first attempt. So that was the major reason as to why I chose CMA.
Okay, you said that instead of public decisions, you prefer to choose your separate individual decisions in the initial part. So don't you think you are becoming selfish over here?
No, sir. What I meant was that I make my decisions based on what's the best for me and my career, rather than just doing what society expects. That you took commerce, now you need to do CA because that's the most popular course. But I don't really believe that. I think we should choose based on what we wish to accomplish in our careers.
Okay.
Okay, what is that Arihant has to-do list, the first to-do list or the wish list to be completed?
After getting the job,
Be in the coming time.
my primary to-do list would be to get something for my parents first and foremost, because I believe they've done a lot to help me to where I am. Secondary would be to give back to the society, because I believe as someone who has taken a lot from what the nation has provided me, I think it's good that I try and give back to the society and people who are not as privileged as I am.
Do you work for any social cause?
No, ma'am, I currently am not doing any kind of social cause as of right now, but I have worked in some instances in the past.
Okay.
Arihant, explain the term leverage and why we calculate.
So leverage is the amount of outside capital that a firm is employing, basically loans generally. We use leverage in order to fund any kind of investment a business wants to do.
Okay. Arihant, why we calculate turnover ratios and name of them any 5 turnover ratios?
So we calculate turnover ratio to understand how efficiently we're using sales to get to that particular ratio. For example, we have inventory turnover ratio, which allows us to understand that based on this amount of inventory, how easily I'm able to how fast I'm able to move my stock out. You have got data turnover ratio, which takes a look at the credit sales which I've done and how fast I'm able to get my money from my data. Similarly, there is credit turnover ratio, where we find out the credit purchases which we have and we divide it by the average creditors which we have, so we understand how fast we're able to pay off our creditors.
Okay. Okay, Arihant, what is the objective of AS7?
Sir, I cannot remember the same.
AS7 construction contract.
So the objective would be to like. Sorry, sir, I cannot remember this.
Okay.
So, Arihant, explains what is the difference between exempted supply and zero rated supply under GST.
Ma'am, exempted supply is under GST Act is a supply on which you cannot take any sort of ITC, whereas on zero rated supply you get the benefit of ITC.
Okay. And why company calculate price earning ratio? What is the benefit of calculating PE ratio for corporate and for investor?
Ma'am, price earning ratio is the market price of a share divided by its earning put price per share. The reason why investors do it is to understand into how much money that I'm putting it into the like the share, how much return I'm able to generate out of it. So the lower the PE ratio, the better it is considered from the point of view of investors.
Okay. You have mentioned that you have generated e-way bill. So, what is the e-way bill and what is the limit for generating e-way bill?
Ma'am, e-way bill is issued when you wish to transport of any value in invoice greater than rupees 50,000. Ma'am, can you please repeat the question?
No, I just want to know the limit and the.
Okay, the limit. An e-way bill is issued for every 1 day. The limit is up to 200 kilometers.
Okay. So your IT skill is mentioning that you have basic knowledge of SAP. So what is the full form of SAP and what kind of work you have done under SAP?
I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm not able to answer that question as of now. I'll need to update myself.
Okay.
Arihant, you gave a PPT presentation in PPOP and got first prize in that event. So, what was your topic in that?
So my topic was significance of cryptocurrency in the Indian economy.
Okay. So, what do you think? Is cryptocurrency is the future of currencies, or it is just like an investment?
Sir, I don't believe that cryptocurrency can be the future of currencies, but yes, it is an investment class and it does provide people another avenue for them to invest and generate returns. Although it is very volatile in nature, hence it needs to be regulated.
Okay. So, you were the treasurer of NUC, the debating society of SBSEC. So, what kind of roles and responsibilities you took in that scenario?
So my primary role was to get all the funds which was issued to us by the by the college, and then understand as to where exactly that fund was to go. So I used to make sure that we were under the budget and we were able to conduct a tournament whatever which we want to within that budget only.
Okay, how much amounts budget you handled?
So the maximum that I got was around 35,000 rupees.
Okay, from college side only.
Yes.
Okay. You in your co-curricular activities you have mentioned solo anchor for Unnati and co-anchor for Kaminzo 22. So what are the basic things anchor should have? What do you think that what is the primary necessary thing for an anchor?
So I think the most primary thing is that one is confidence. If you do not have confidence in your own voice, what you're speaking, people are not going to listen to you. And second one most foremost thing is that you need to be flexible, because I distinctly remember during those anchoring moments which I did, I had to change the script very fast, because like maybe one person which we wanted to come, they were not going to come, or this change was going to come in the structure of the whole event. So you had to change all of it at the moment and you had to speak that. So it's very important that you be flexible regarding what's happening.
Okay, flexibility. So if suppose a person cancels his plan to come into the event, so how will you handle that situation?
So I will see the whole structure of the like what was planned in the whole event, and then try and understand if I cut them out randomly, then that would look not make sense, because a lot of the time structure is made in such a way that we expect that person to be there. So my primary concern would be to talk to the organizers who are beside me, because as an anchor I cannot make decisions like regarding the script without consulting them.
So in that empty 10-minute time, so what will you do?
So I can entertain the people, maybe tell some jokes, or maybe keep the audience still engaged. Or sometimes there are a lot of performances lined up. We can cue that performance earlier on to fill that time gap. So that is also one possibility.
Can you crack a joke which make us laugh?
Uh, I don't have anything in my repository right now.
Okay.
What is the definition of success and failure to Arihant?
Ma'am, success is obviously very personal to everyone, but for me, success would be that I'm able to do the kind of work which makes me happy. It does not give me any kind of like Monday blues. I'm able to go to work, be happy, and be content with what I'm doing. My failure would obviously be the opposite of that, where I am doing a job, but I'm not really into it, and I don't get any kind of satisfaction. It's just doing to pay the bills.
And how will you overcome the monotony of work after some time? Maybe it be 6 months, for some saturation point is a year or 2. How will you come out of that monotony?
Ma'am, I think the best way for me to come out of the monotony in a workplace environment would be to research about my own work and towards my own field, to understand what is it that I could learn more so that I can progress further in my career.
Okay.
Okay, Arihant, you have mentioned voucher generation as well. So what kind of vouchers you have generated?
Sir, payment and receipt voucher.
Okay, how we can generate it?
Sir, I used to do the work in Tally. So in Tally, you first press V for voucher generation on the first company sheet which you get, and based on that you press F5 for payments and F6 for generating receipts.
Okay, what is the difference between invoice and voucher?
So a voucher contains any type of financial information regarding a transaction, but I believe invoice, it shows invoice is normally for any kind of sales which is done by an organization. So you have all the the amount for which it is sold, if GST is applicable on it, then that amount, and the name of the seller and everything.
Okay. You have mentioned data aging as well. So what kind of work is it?
So data aging is where we classify our data in 90-day time gaps from 0 to 90, 90 to 180, 180 to 270, and 270 to 365 based on the number of days which they are due for. This is important because we need to understand in an organization that what are the kind of data who have not paid us for a very long amount of time, especially greater than 365 years, so that we can take some measures in order to make sure that that does not continue.
Okay. What will you do if you find a long age data?
So I would it would depend on the kind of authority which has been assigned to me. If it is there, my first preference would be to not make any kind of sales to them, but for any other scenario I believe it's best that I consult my own seniors for that.
Okay. Thank you very much, Arihant. ओके चलिए डिस्कस करते हैं आपके फीडबैक पार्ट के लिए. आपने अबाउट योर सेल्फ से स्टार्ट किया और एक सीए का नाम आपने लिया जो आपको नहीं लेना है, ठीक है. आपको सीए वर्सेस सीएमए, यू टोल्ड दैट आई चूज सीएमए ओवर सीए, सो यू नीड नॉट टू कंपेयर विथ एनी, या यू चूज सीएमए, इट इज़ द बेस्ट कोर्स. सो आपको उस डायरेक्शन में जाना ही नहीं है कि सीए के कंपैरिजन में ऐसा कुछ कंपैरिजन करना ही नहीं. आपको बोलना है सर बोथ दी कोर्सेज आर बेटर, बस यही आपको बोलना है. और anyone can choose any course, it's upon the preference, timing and all things. And exempted versus zero rated में आपने जो पर्सपेक्टिव बताया वो आईटीसी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बताया, आईटीसी मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा, बट आपने ये नहीं बताया ये होती क्या है. एग्जम्प्टेड सप्लाई वो होती है जिन पर जीएसटी लगता ही नहीं है. जीरो रेटेड पे ये है कि जीरो रेटेड जैसे एक्सपोर्ट हो गया, मीन्स उन पर वैसे तो लगता, बट गवर्नमेंट ने उनको जीरो रेटेड कर रखा है सो दैट आईटीसी कैन बी गिवन लाइक एक्सपोर्ट सप्लाई टू सेज। तो हमें ये भी बताना है पहले ये होती क्या है, देन उसके बाद में आईटीसी मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा वो बताना था। ई वे बिल का थोड़ा आपका क्लियर नहीं था, आपने लिमिट, एक तो टाइम लिमिट होती है, एक मॉनेटरी लिमिट होती है। मॉनेटरी लिमिट इज़ 50,000 रुपीज़, उससे ज़्यादा का कंसाइनमेंट होगा तो नेसेसरी है। टाइम लिमिट हम देखें तो नॉर्मल केस में 24 आवर्स फॉर 200 किलोमीटर्स, एंड इन केस ऑफ ओवर डायमेंशनल कार्गो इट इज़ 24 आवर्स फॉर 20 किलोमीटर्स इन अ डे। तो वो थोड़ा, और एसएपी आपने शायद पढ़ा नहीं है अभी तक,
यस सर, रेसिपी अभी
तो
नहीं
एसएपी आप पढ़िए, वहाँ पर भी तो सेशन हुए थे तो
Yes,
कुछ तो
sir.
याद होगा
पढ़ा।
उसका।
सर वो याद नहीं है, वो देखा नहीं था उसको।
ठीक है,
In
ओके।
your CV, you have mentioned beginner in guitar playing. No, the sentence should be beginner at playing guitar. Beginner in playing guitar होता है, गिटार प्लेइंग कुछ नहीं होता, सेंटेंस गलत है, ठीक है। देन अदर वन इज, सर ने आपसे पूछा था कि सोलो एंकर और उनके लिए स्क्रिप्ट कैसे चेंज, इम्प्रॉम्प्टो, right? Use such words so that you are able to talk about it, okay? So anchor needs to be impromptu. That means to work on and on when and when required, right? The rest was good.
बाकी भी सर आपको एक सर्टिफिकेट दिखाना था कि लाइक ये मेरे को वहाँ पे फिजिकली अवेलेबल नहीं हो पाया था, तो मैंने इसको भी प्रिंट करवाया